Olá pessoal, eu sou a Ladybugski e hoje vamos jogar de novo da Stanley Parable. Desta vez vamos fazer dois fins diferentes e vamos ver como é que corre. Vamos começar.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
Eu pensava que tinha acabado o jogo da última vez, mas não. Faltavam estas palavras.
Wherever they were. Just a
Mudou o
matter of
paleio,
time.
mudou o paleio, mas a gente vai tentar chegar à zona. Estou a falar bem de lento. A gente vai tentar chegar à zona do escape. Bora lá.
Upstairs to
Pá,
his
para cima
boss's
vamos para
office.
baixo. Estamos quase lá no sítio.
Descending
É assim que
deeper
eu tenho
into
que
the
jogar.
building, Stanley realized this question would not go unanswered for long.
Não, vamos tentar descobrir todas as respostas a estas perguntas do Stanley.
Stanley walked straight ahead
Okay.
through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Não, é aqui que a gente vai mudar. Vamos para o escape. Ver o que acontece.
Although this passageway had the word escape,
Escape
written on it,
written on
the
it.
truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Ah!
The
Nós
door
já
behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every
Já dar a
opportunity to
oportunidade de
turn
voltar para
around
trás.
and get back on track.
Não. A gente vai tentar.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yeah. Loading. Não é the end, it's not the end. Quer dizer que ainda temos uma hipótese. Aha! Wait.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the big
Presa.
picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to
no.
his brief and shallow
No.
life. Farewell, Stanley.
No! You can't jump. No!
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral
senhora.
instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Rip Stanley. Ah, não! Ah, não! Por aqui não deve haver nada. Pois, a gente não consegue saltar mesmo sem ser naquela... Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Huh.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Não! Corridor. Ah, será que isto é a nossa empresa? Então, este é o nosso office. Isto aqui é onde a gente descobre que os nossos amigos estão todos a ir embora. Isto já não sei o que é. E aqui é quando a gente escolhe se quer ir para a esquerda, se quer ir para a direita. Isto é o fim. É outro fim. Stanley's Computer. Isto é um museu. Isto devem ser os meus nature paintings. Dizia que eram os meus screensavers ou assim. The Office. Temos aqui um museu muito interessante, só que eu vos digo. Não dá para saltar, não dá para saltar. Os sons dos botões. Estes são os créditos do jogo. Este fim é mesmo, é mesmo esquisito. Office Clock. Está sempre na mesma hora. Eu posso que a gente ficasse aqui horas a olhar para ele ia ficar sempre na mesma hora. E chegámos a uma sala escura. É a narradora a falar bem baixinho, mas é ele. Isto não se passa aqui nada comer. Ok, então ela disse que eu vou daqui a umas horas estar de novo na minha sala. Se calhar só tenho que fazer tempo, até poder ficar parada. Vamos lá dar mais uma voltinha. Freedom Ending, ok, encontramos. Este a gente encontrou. Countdown Room. Eu acho que isto tem relação ao primeiro playthrough, aquele que a gente segue tudo o que o senhor diz. O narrador. Ok, acho que é ali que a gente tem que ir. Vamos só dar uma voltinha aqui por cima. Não tivemos neste. Game Design Mockup. Ok, isto foi o primeiro mockup do jogo. Era suposto ser assim uma coisa toda destruída. E o gajo foi contratado. 427, 427. É sempre o meu. Stanley's Office. Acho que este é o meu. E estes são versões que eles pensaram fazer. Isto é muito giro. Um museu de Stanley Parable. The Lounge. Estive aqui. The Office. Ai, vamos lá. Este jogo é mesmo estranho. Bora lá então para aquela sala bué escura. A dizer da Stanley Parable. Exit. Vamos sair do museu.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Pronto, cliquei.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose
Não, você
for you. Don't let time...
Yeah. Goodbye, Stanley. Game over. A única maneira de sair do jogo é mesmo clicar é escape. What the fuck? Eu vou esperar um minutinho. Já passou um minutinho, não sei o que é que é de fazer. Então se eu sair, o que é que eu posso fazer? Começar de novo o jogo? Quit? Ou seja, não gravei aquele jogo. Faz mal. Então. Ok. Acabou outra vez o clipezinho que eu não tinha acabado do episódio anterior. Por isso eu vou gravar o jogo aqui, que é para não ter que voltar a ouvir isto. Vamos gravar no 30 de Abril. Yes. Yes. Por exemplo. Agora temos de escolher outro sítio. Vamos, talvez, para
All of his
baixo em vez de ir para
co-workers
cima.
were gone. What
Go,
could it
go,
mean?
go, go, go.
Stanley
Em vez de subirmos as escadas para a sala do chefe, vamos descer.
When
Aqui.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. He had to go up to his boss's office.
E agora
Hoping
vamos
he'd
para
coming
baixo.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Já está a ficar vermelho. Já está a ficar vermelho. Mas morre outra vez aqui.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors
What?
close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Eu passei pelo
And for
carro
that
duas vezes,
matter,
foi?
these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion
What the
that had been
fuck?
on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then
What?
he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had
Tô
still
sonhar,
not woken
então.
up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the
I don't
voice
know.
was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley
Dun,
simply
dun,
deceiving himself,
dun.
believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his
Então,
life.
verdade, mesmo, sempre diferente, sempre diferente.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job.
Que eu quero mesmo
Let
é
me
ir para o meu
continue
trabalho.
pushing the buttons.
Clicar
Please.
dois.
It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Terapêutico. Oh, não! Estamos no mesmo sítio?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Muito bom.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Ok, já estamos numa história.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
Está a passar um avião. Ok, está melhor, vamos jogar.
She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Mandou chamar a ambulância? Não, fugiu. Bolas. Ele já estava morto, mas mesmo assim chama-se uma ambulância. E acabou. Foi muito estranho, mas foi engraçado. Foi muito engraçado. Ok, pessoal, eu espero que vocês tenham gostado. Foram finais muito tristes, mas pronto, a vida é assim. Às vezes tem finais felizes, outras vezes tem finais tristes. Pá, pessoal, a gente vê-se na próxima. Tchau!